I feel like at this point we're pretty much looking at anything that starts to start in January or so. But I'm just speculating. I've speculated a lot on these things lately. As we have in the bottom left-hand side, our red Protoss player, this is MaxPax. As we have got in the top right corner of the map, our blue Terran player representing Team Liquid, we have Clem. Well, we know MaxPax Clem is always a great series. Hoping today's best of 5 is going to be a banger, as we do have a very proxied barracks here on Crimson Court to start this series off. So we're going to get that going to the side pretty much immediately, get that underway. And we will work on that to begin this. Awesome. So we get this underway, we get this on the go. Have ourselves a couple of moments. Get settled down, figure out what we're going to be doing. Just have ourselves a Nexus or so coming up. Nothing too crazy or anything just yet. Settle into this. Just going to be having that Nexus being built. And a bunker coming up from Clem, who's going to put in a great position between the pylon and the Nexus. Means that the SCV can, in theory, go to the other side of the bunker and avoid probe damage. However, it was not cooperating, so that SCV does run away and does not continue the bunker just yet. Now we'll go on to it. Still goes to the wrong side. That SCV doesn't know where to be, honestly. We're going to get into the main base. 2 probe kills already. Going to look to make this 3 as the Stalker pops out, though. Reaper would rather save itself, which makes sense because, hey, there's a bunker here. So we're going to go and jump into that. Or at least try to. Bunker just finishes in time, and the Reaper is only just able to get into there. As obviously now the bunker is going to be in range of that battery, so we can start to target fire down the shield battery. The SCV will pop out every now and again. A little grenade on the Stalker, but pops the Reaper as well. Like I say, if we put damage onto that battery, we can take that down. That would be huge. Clem misses a load on the SCV there. Trying to get as much repairing done as possible. A good jump, a little grenade. Pops a Stalker back. Anything to reduce damage is big. As that bunker goes down, now the Stalkers will start to take some shots as well. The SCV gets back in. Nicely done. And good micro so far by Clem here at the start of this grand final, as we do have ourselves a couple of Reapers coming back over. Stalker taking some shots. Damage still being done. SCV gets taken out. Battery will do some healing. The bunker is going to go down, though. No salvage, but we get ourselves a second battery kill. So 2 batteries killed by Clem. 1 Reaper goes down, but that's a lot of investment for MaxPax defensively. I think Clem's going to be very happy with that, as now moving into the Medevac and 2 Cyclones to continue some harassment and continue some damage dealing over this next little while. Hey, what's up, Roddy? Welcome. Thank you for the raid. How are you all doing? Yeah, obviously covering our WardiTV Monday Cup here, guys. We will have this being our grand finals a day. And then beautiful Killara Steadfast and Roddy Cups coming up later as well. So, yeah, Monday's full of StarCraft once again, thanks to the beautiful community. As we do have a couple of Cyclones going to drop down. They're going to come in and hit these Stalkers a little bit. That probe... It's not going to last long, but the Stalkers do not have blink, so they're kind of lucky to get a little bit of distance there. The Medevac will try and help close that distance. Cyclone lock on here will pretty much guarantee a kill, and that is going to be Stalker number 1 going down. Now a little bit of cute micro, 2 times over on the Cyclone lock on again, and that's going to be 1 more kill. And of course, Clem can just get so much done with these units. It's incredible what he can get done when a couple of Cyclones have the Medevac to micro into. We lose 1 now because I'm busy praising him, but we will kill 1 more Stalker. No battery here on this natural after the previous kill, so we're going to dive and get another Stalker as well. That is now 4 Stalkers going down in the game, and Clem doing serious damage, putting himself in a great position early on. Yeah, I mean, just fantastic start for Clem, and obviously it's going to be a struggle for MaxPax to step back into this when Clem has done so much. The Medevac probably dead here. No, Stalkers didn't reach for the second shot. That's rough. Very sad, as 2 new Cyclones have just walked into the main base. Well, that's not quite how I expected that to go, but he's going to find a Stalker from it, and now 2 more Stalkers on the natural going to come back up here and chase these Cyclones down. The Medevac is going to try and escape during this. I'm not sure Clem really expected these Cyclones to be walking up into the main, but making the most of it, and the Cyclone from the back of the main base is going to go back into the natural, going to get 2 more probe kills, and again, the damage continues to be done as we do lose the Medevac, though. So MaxPax cleans up in the end. Resources lost will be slightly favorable to Clem. You can obviously always argue that the Cyclones are not as good later in the game, but I do think Clem would have liked to have kept a couple alive, and that Medevac maybe would have been really nice to just keep on harassing, or even just kind of be a little bit more damage output in the army as well. Water turret coming down, Pylon taking some shots, a few probes are going to pull across, pulling over there to start, the Prism coming over, as well as the Stalkers will get ready to jump into the main base. Siege tank fires, pushes those Stalkers back immediately. Again, +1 and Stim on the way through. We already have the order turret coming in, and that's going to be multiple probes going down. The Raven's first appearance is going to be a big one, getting multiple kills, a big amount of mining time lost. And MaxPax currently playing off these 3 gateways, trying to take a 3rd base. Clem's defense looking pretty good. Tank in position on the natural now should make this a lot easier to defend as well. That bunker should never be in trouble now. And that factory pulling back to drop a reactor down as we move into the next stage of this. Couple tanks defensively. Clem looks good. And MaxPax says, yeah, time for me to try to do something else. He's going to move in towards that Templar Archives. He's going to try and switch his tech in towards the Storm/Archons. Currently without charge, though, and you'd expect he'll probably want to go into charge if he's going to accompany anything with, I mean, usually charge slots are just such a big part of TvP, especially into the mid-game, so as he tech into Temple Archives, the charge was kind of a guarantee, and he did get it started, which I'm happy to see, because I was a little worried that it might have been a little bit forgotten about, right, and then that would have been really, really painful, as Stalker's going to blink up here again, going to come through, and that siege tank going to go down. Oh, Bio just going to continue to fight those Stalkers. Storm on the way up. Like I say, if there's a way to get back in this, I think MaxPax knows Storm has the highest kind of potential to kind of do like serious damage out of nowhere, more or less. I think that's going to be what we see him kind of playing for here, as the Bio units are going to step forwards though, and a couple of Stalkers going to have to just lift up and back the hell away. Now a siege tank going to get caught on the other side, but that's going to get lifted in the Medevac. Nearly going down, but it is a successful save. Marsbar, while we have a moment, thank you so much. 48-month, 4-year resub using that Prime. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it. As our siege tank steps up, Bio moving forward. It's going to see our Stalkers going to take a couple of shots against Storm Charge. Both continuing into play currently. A couple hits coming about. Going to see this Nexus taking some serious damage as well. Order turrets dropping into the back of that mineral line, and so some probes will continue to fall. As our Bio steps backwards, a couple of Zealots chasing forwards. Mine's going to line up, a couple of Zealots going down. The Prism super low. Nexus is going to drop here. I mean, MaxPax just doesn't have enough. GG's, and Clem is going to open the series with a win on the scoreboard. So Clem going to get the 1-0. So, in the top left-hand corner, we're going to have ourselves the Red Protoss player who's down a map. It all went wrong from the Proxy Reapers to the Cyclone Micro. He could not get it under control. MaxPax trails in the finals, and Red Protoss in the top left. Bottom right, the blue Terran repping Team Liquid. We have Clem. Does Clem live in a team house? Nope. What's his daily routine like? Well, usually he wakes up if he's got a tournament to play, otherwise he sleeps. And then when he does wake up, he's usually got a tournament to play, so he plays that and then he goes to sleep again. That's why I understand of Clem's days. Let's just have a refinery coming up over on this side, the racks and the gas all getting going here as we get settled. Obviously, figure out what goes on in these first few moments. We're just going to move up. He's going to go nibble up at the SCV already. Just going to jump on that. Well, SCV's probes will just continue through for a couple of moments. Just going to be having ourselves a couple of nibbles. Obviously, probe trying to block the CC going down. CC gets placed. Now the probe will step away. Happy to have seen that command center obviously coming into play as well. Next is building on the natural. Well, it just continues to go down to that bottom right-hand side. A journey over for a couple of moments. Warp gate coming up, Stalker coming through. The Nexus building from MaxPax as well. Bunker is coming up. Clem as he gets ready to play a little bit defensively over here too. Get that on the way. And there's the Reaper already shooting away at the Zealot. So Zealot taking some damage. You're Lucidity Dark, my friend. How you doing? 42-month resub. Coming in, cheering on Clem over in the Twitch chat. Beautiful. Oh, our Stalker continues to come pressing up from MaxPax. So you do have our Reaper going to be there. Going to turn that Stalker around. Twilight Council is building from him. So we're going to see him likely going into that Blink opening once again. Surprise, surprise. MaxPax obviously does love the Blink opening typically. So going to try and roll into that. Reaper moving out around the front. A couple Stalkers hanging around. Is going to get there. SCV gets blasted into the atmosphere. Again, flanking the Warp Gate coming up. Just going to have ourselves the couple of Marines going to pop out with that Hellion, pushing around as well. Gates continue up, Robo Facility builds in. Our Blink continues to produce for the moment. As obviously the question will be how many gates do we end up on here? It's going to be the 4 gates from MaxPax, so super aggressive here at the moment. Shades up. Going to be seeing the SCV going to take nibbles. SCVs continue to come about. Adept going to be chased around as well. So we go over to all of that. Again, the Blink coming through. Prism coming up. I'm just going to get that shade away for the moment. The Mines on the other side as the first one does find a Stalker kill, which is frustrating because you never really want to lose a Stalker to a Widow Mine. A Probe as well, and while we did end up shooting down the Medevac here, getting a Stalker and a Probe I think we're kind of okay with as Clem. Of course, it does now mean the Stalkers can come across the map, and there's nothing to really keep any Stalkers back at home, so that's a little bit of a frustrating one. The Stalkers should be due to come across any second as the Prism is about to pop, and that will be the main kind of thing that we're waiting on here to really make this attack across the map be manageable. So across we go. Stalkers are going to start blinking and moving. Starport moves off over from the side. Factory building up the siege tank. Starport going to lift off, land again. And again, barracks, a bunker, SCVs and depots, all the bits and bobs coming through for the moment. Stalkers will be hitting. The Marines firing away. The bunker will go down, but I mean, we had a lot of Marines firing during this. Second bunker is available too. And those Stalkers are pretty hurt, right? Like, all of them lost their shields. They're not kind of fully, like, red health bars or anything, but... Oh, actually going to blink into this, and Clem's not repairing the bunker, so the bunker falls, and Clem missing units right now. Siege tank going to siege up on the ramp. It's actually in a bit of a rough place because it's going to block a little bit. He is getting some probes across the map at the Raven, but I don't know if Clem is surviving against this 4-gate blink. The natural CC is taking damage. The tank tries to move up. Clem needs to try and get some exchanges. As now he's going to have to repair the command center as well. The tank's still trying to move forward, but now because it's moving, it's going to get blinked upon. And that means that this is probably just going to go the way of MaxPax. I think this one's falling apart for Clem very quickly here as his Marine Marauder continues to get dealt with. And GG is called. Clem is going to tap And MaxPax is going to take game 2. In the top left-hand corner, a red Protoss player. It's going to be MaxPax. Taking on Clem in the bottom right-hand side. We get out to this game number 3 of today's finals. Can MaxPax keep it going? Take another one? Or is Clem going to retake the lead in this series? Now, gateway coming up, probe on the way. Brax and the SCV producing from Clem. This is going to see our probe nibbling. SCVs will start to take some damage. Probe's going to pull down, try and deal with this engineering bay block as Clem trying to push MaxPax onto a less than ideal initial expansion. Always funky if you can do that inside Delta, because the initial expansion here is obviously usually meant to be very safe because you've got that ramp leading up into it. But if you force them onto a different place, you take away the safety of the natural on-site Delta, and that's why we probably just see these probes fighting this engineering bay, and MaxPax just going to take a gas before he expands instead. Reactor over halfway done. Factory finishing in a moment. SCV coming through. We'll have ourselves a warp gate building from MaxPax, and Clem just going to build high ground CC, so not going to invite any initial aggression or anything like that. And a couple of Marines coming about. Starport on the way, bringing that through. The depot coming up as well currently. Now our Twilight Council building in the main base. The Adept continues over. The few Marines are going to step up. Now the Adept is going to go shading toward the main. It's just going to try and get across over there. Try and find something, make something happen. Starport building up the medevac, so we bring that through. Again, the blink coming up, the warp gate's on the way, the gateway still building. So just got our blink chrono boosting out on the Twilight Council here. Currently, that's the Adept shading down to the natural, toward the main. Seeing if there's any opportunities, which there is not for the moment, so sit and wait to see what's next. And we have our Adept just going to come through and going to take a couple of shots of damage. He's going to get pushed away. Going to shade back around. The blink is coming in for a couple of moments. Yeah, that Banshee coming up. Marine on the way. Cloaking coming about. Having ourselves the... what am I going to unburrow and reburrow here? The Marines are still firing up. Stalk is still taking some damage. Marines drop back down, and we will have ourselves still a push to the front going on, so just stepping forward here. 4 probes going down initially. Nice little drop from Clem. He's going to pull it back now with these Marines in the medevac. Just going to be seeing our Marines going to go up to the Adept, but the Adept does get scouting, sees the Banshee. And saw the upgrade was building. We actually do cancel the cloaking now, though, so no cloak for the Banshee, just a cloakless Banshee on the map. Outside of the supply block, we will be building a Raven. So Clem getting that Raven up. A very substantial supply block. Was blocked for quite a while there. Get back on track as the Marines come into the background. Stalker's already blinked to try and help, but a few probes already dropping. Gonna find ourselves 3 workers, gonna lift up and back away. The Stalker's gonna be able to deny the bunker coming up. Remember, the Banshee is moving across the map during this time, as the Marines can have high ground vision. That will go a long way to actually protecting here. Well, we have got a siege tank. It's going to fire a good shot initially. Defense is looking good initially from Clem, to be honest. Obviously, there's just 3 gateways. As now the Banshee shows up, and it's going to get a few probes. Forces the recall is massive, because now you have to go all the way home here as MaxPax just to deal with a Banshee that successfully killed a bunch of probes anyway. I mean, that is a massive deal as Clem turns the Banshee and is trying to get it away alive. Stalker's going to get underneath, though. That will die. So the Banshee falls, but hey, at least the Stalkers have wasted time chasing the Banshee around the map, right? You take that as a win as Clem any day of the week right now. Tangus is going to reposition forward a little bit. Stimpack still coming through from Clem as well. Marine count is growing as our Dark Shrine and Nexus continue to come in also. It's going to have ourselves the pylon coming up from MaxPax to try and stay clear of supply block. But yeah, that Dark Shrine is definitely going to be our big question mark. Can these DTs make an appearance? We've had big DT plays all day today, actually. DTs have been a massive part of all the Protoss games that we've seen, really. And they're going to make their appearance in this finals as well. Clem has a Raven. That's obviously a big start against the DTs. I think MaxPax actually just saw that this was a Raven, so he actually just cancels the Dark Shrine, realizing, okay, yeah, not really worth it then. Because obviously initially he saw Banshees, and if you're assuming more Banshees, then yeah, maybe you go Dark Shrine because the guy didn't build a Raven. But he did build a Raven, and a Raven is obviously a good shutdown on Dark Templar, so gonna stick with that for the moment. Is just have ourselves Stimpack Combat and +1 all continue to come up. This is going to fire. Bunker going to take a little bit of damage. You see another mule dropping down into play. Medevac moving back around as well, trying to see what else is going on. As again, +1 charge. Both continuing up for the moment, getting that broad online. Prism around that right side. We'll just see the few Marines coming over here. Sentry is not going to fall, so this drop is still going to do alright, as I thought we were going to kill the Stalker, but no, apparently not. Wow. Great micro on both sides, playing until the absolute maximum with these units, as we actually are going to still see those Marines. We'll actually get some probes in the end. So Clem able to get some worker damage done. Keeps the worker count even, which obviously when you are working with the mules, means that Clem is generally having a worker or an economy advantage at the moment. Going to see those gateways still coming up. The charge and the +1 continue through as well. Marines, Marauders, and Widow Mines will step out onto the map. I'm going to see Medevacs and the Raven. Goes back over. Just full dive into this main base. Going to drop an auto turret too. The Stalker recall is not going to be enough to fight this. Yo, there's a couple pounds we can target down. That's going to get rid of 5 gates or so. That would be absolutely huge. Swiping through a few more SCVs, so some damage being done, but like I said, we're not really dealing with this on the other side, and Clem runs into the third base as well. MaxPax says GG, as he just doesn't have enough to hold this off, and Clem will retake the lead in the series. He's a map away from closing out his third WardiTV Monday in the top right-hand corner. We're going to have ourselves the Red Protoss player who is down the game in the grand finals right now, looking to bounce back to give us a game 5, will be the Red Protoss player MaxPax. He's taking on the Blue Terran, who won this exact matchup last week in the finals 3-1. So is he looking to just repeat history? It is Clem in the top left-hand side of Ghost River. This is WardiTV Mondays 5. We have guaranteed WardiTV Mondays 6, 7, and 8. The funding has already been provided. So thank you so much to all our wonderful community members helping with that. OSC, who have had us cast on some of their events recently as well. Always great to be partnering with them. Loco, you can catch him on Twitch and YouTube. He paints a lot of minis right now. But yeah, every now and then Loco plays a game of StarCraft still. He's also helping make this tournament happen. And Winter, the better version of Loco. Wait, is that true? The American version, better version? Yeah, you guys can pick and choose. all helping to make this tournament series happen. Thank you so much to all those guys. As yeah, if you guys are obviously enjoying as well, do not forget you guys can support as well. WardiTV events. I mean, part of the money from these events are still coming from me as well, and that's coming from your guys' support through subscriptions and donations and all the rest of it, and the sponsors that we're going to be running after the stream, for example, as well, help with that stuff. So yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, you want to support, if you want to see more StarCraft, do consider supporting the channel. All you got to do is hit the Prime sub up, spend a bit of money to subscribe, or even just keep on watching. Even if you're just watching those ads between the games, that helps out a whole lot as well. If you're on the YouTube, you can hit the like button on the stream, help more people find it. You can even become a YouTube member if you're really feeling it. Someone did that earlier. Live, I think that's the first time we've ever had someone live on stream become a YouTube member. We have like a handful of YouTube members, but someone actually did it live on stream. Isn't that crazy? Madness. Game 4 of this best of 5. Have ourselves an initial engineering bay going to come out over here, so this is going to be the engineering bay block again from Clem. Once more, MaxPax is going to get a Zealot up, deny that right away. He's not going to mess around in any other way, shape, or form. He's just going to make sure that that is down and dealt with. Rorimano, Clem OP, Nerve Clem with the 75,000 point redemption. There's that Twilight Council coming through, the Warp Gate and the Nexus continuing up as well. Starport coming through from Clem is about halfway done currently. Command Center building also getting that underway. Just organized Zealot still trying to fight. A couple of Marines in the Widow Mine coming through as well, so we continue to bring that in for the moment. Let's see a couple of units here initially. The Widow Mine. That's a really cute position where the whole position is good enough to just be out of range of the Widow Mine while providing high ground vision. The Widow Mine now moves forward, and that's going to be the end of this pressure onto the depots. I'm playing the high ground CC meant that these few units coming across the map early doesn't really do much to you. So, deals with that pretty well all said and done. Commodore's going to move across, going to drop down into the natural. Banshee, cloaking, Marines all on the way out, obviously. Again, that Banshee and cloak. Last time we cancelled the cloak after the scout. See if Clem actually commits through to it this time, as we have a few Marines already unloading into the high ground. Pylon will begin to take some shots, a little bit of damage being done there immediately. Actually depowers the Twilight Council, so Blink will be delayed and that gateway depowered for a little bit as well, so that's actually a pretty big deal. Medevac moves over, a few Marines trying to take a position. Diving into the main, couple probes get chased away. And Blink gonna be finishing in a few moments' time. Already feels like Clem is getting so much done. Banshee shows up. Cloak is gonna finish. The medevac in the main base is gonna get shot down, but not before we get all the Marines out at the very least. They'll just go target firing down probes. So Edge is gonna commit to that. Now the Banshee flies into the main base, where we're going to see even more probes going down, and MaxPax has an observer, but is just not here. Stalkers across the map will start to deal some damage, but this Banshee is running silly, as we're going to blink on top of it finally, but well, I was going to say 14, but it was actually 15 probes are dead, as we now play defense at home. Marines and a Banshee already holding out over on this side of the map, and going to do pretty well on that right from the get-go. Stalker step up. A couple of SCVs taking damage. 6 workers going down. And G-Tank, couple of Marines all coming up as well. We do have the SCVs continuing to produce on through. 7 workers going down currently. A few more Stalkers getting warped in. Ready to fight a few more of those Marines that are over on the edges. So again, try and take position and get set. We scan and get an observer. Siege-Tank goes down. Banshees are firing. Stalkers taking a lot of shots. Marines able to come through as well and actually keep on putting the damage in. And so far, MaxPax will not make progress here. He will get stopped for now. Stalker's going to just blink up once again, move in here straight away. He's going to see our siege tanks on the way out of this factory. Well, factory's going to pop that out. Siege tank's going to pop. We're just going to kill that off as we see the Stalker's going to turn around once again. MaxPax still trying to make something of this blink Stalker play. He's got the Nexus coming up at home, trying to get to third base, but double Banshee shows up when he wants Stalker to defend. Banshees will actually just target down the Stalker, can then go for the next one as well, maybe. Stalker's decided just to blink in over on this side of the map, but Clem is going to have too much, right? I mean, it's an easy hold in the end. The numbers are there. The damage was done already by Clem, and that's going to do it. That's going to be GG's as Team Liquid's Clem is going to become your 3-time back-to-back-to-back champ of the WardiTV Mondays. Gets it done 3-1, just as he did last.